I've started recording a few bite-sized videos for those of you who are managing people, focusing on topics that are critical to be a successful manager and that often come up, whether it be as a requirement or even as a challenge along the journey. So this is suitable for you whether you're a new manager, an aspiring manager, or potentially even an experienced manager and looking for some new ideas of things to try. In today's video, I'm going to talk about feedback, or as I like to reframe it, build up. So feedback is a critical development tool for all managers for using on their own teams to grow and support them and develop their team, but also for themselves as well. It's important to always remember it's not just about giving feedback, but it's about asking for feedback as well. It's such a critical tool. I would argue it's a gift, but it's often not administered successfully. And that's where feedback can have such a bad reputation in terms of how people perceive it. They see it as a negative and they only ever think about the sort of negative connotations of feedback or the critique. So to do it well, this is my advice. 1, create the time for it. Instant feedback, I think, is so powerful when it's delivered right there in the moment. That's where it has its greatest effect. But if you're learning how to give feedback well, I would say to start with, to support yourself in your own development journey and to do it well, I would book time to do it. So it gives you time to prep and to really ensure that actually you're giving yourself the best opportunity to try it out, try some of these skills and to get the best outcome. So book time ahead. Create the space in your diary and that of the individual who you're giving the feedback to for the feedback, to really honour it, to ensure it's being prioritised. And it also manages both of your expectations in terms of getting ready to both give and receive the feedback. Make sure you also make time to prepare for it if you're going to be the giver of the feedback. And actually really think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Really consider the language you're going to use, the tone of your voice, your body language, how you're going to hold yourself, so that actually you create this open, safe space, a trusted space where the feedback can be given. At the end of the day, you are focusing dialogue around an individual, whether that be the way that they behave, the way they perform, things that they've said, what they've done. It's all about them. So you're going in and you're putting a spotlight on them, which can be quite an intimidating environment and an intimidating situation to be in as a recipient. So really think about how can you make this as comfortable and productive and create a positive outcome. So really thinking about your language, your tone, your body language is really, really important. Really think about, as part of your preparation when you're thinking about the language that you're going to use, the tone, the body language, why are you doing this? What is the outcome you want to achieve from giving this individual the feedback? Your agenda has to be authentic. It has to be positive, because that is what will dictate and shape the language you use, the body language, the tone. And also it keeps your agenda in a productive space. You want to support this person to grow. That's why you're giving them the feedback. If you have any other agenda, I would challenge you to not give it, because it's not the true purpose and nature of the feedback. As I said, it should be a gift. It should be there to grow and help and to support the person to be even better. It's helping them to see what they're currently unaware of. I used to work for Suntory, and the COO of Suntory, Carol Robyn, has this fantastic quote that she uses, which is, "Clear is kind, unclear is unkind." She truly believes that the role of her leaders and the leaders in any organisation is to give feedback for clarity and learning and growth, which I couldn't support more. To create that space of safety, invite the feedback back to yourself. So once you've given your feedback to the individual and you've had that discussion, and that individual's clear about what you've said, where it's come from, and what they can do with it, really support them with actions to move forwards. Invite it back to yourself. What is feedback do they have for you? Because that creates that balance. There's no level of seniority in that moment, and that vulnerability is open to all. And it really role models why feedback is so important, both up, down, and sideways in an organisation. I hope you found this video helpful. There are more free resources of a similar nature on my website, gripcoaching.co.uk.